The journey of your baby's tears. What parents need to know to walk alongside their little one. Hello, dear parents. Today, I want to share with you a story that's so close to home. So full of emotion, about our little one's tears. Have you ever wondered, when will my baby cry with real tears? Or, why does my baby cry but their eyes stay dry? I came across some insights from a top parenting expert. And I'd love to retell them to you with the heartfelt voice of a fellow parent. So we can understand and support our babies together. First, let me give you the main points so you can get the big picture. In the first 2 weeks of life, your baby's eyes are usually dry, even when they cry. There won't be any tears. Around 2 weeks old, their tear ducts start working, and tears will gradually appear. But if your baby is 2 or 3 months old and still crying without tears, it's a good idea to take them to the doctor just to be sure. Now, let's dive deeper into each part so you can see this special journey of your little one more clearly. What's special about your newborn's eyes in those early days? Hey parents, picture this. When your baby is born, those tiny eyes are so miraculous yet so fragile. For the first 2 weeks, their eyes are super dry, even if they're wailing. You won't see a single tear. I remember my early days as a mom, hearing my baby cry and feeling my heart ache. But it turns out that's totally normal. Their tear ducts aren't fully active yet. The tears are just a tiny drop that flows through the eye and into the tear duct. But not enough for us to notice. Beyond the lack of tears, sometimes I'd see my baby's eyelids looking a little swollen. Seeing them like that made me feel both tender and worried. But the expert says it's just temporary. So don't stress too much. Okay? When will your baby cry with real tears? Around 2 weeks old, something magical starts to happen. Parents, their tear ducts kick into gear, producing more tears, though you might not notice it right away. Then, between 1 and 3 months, your baby will start crying with those visible, salty tears that tug at your heart. I still remember the first time I saw my baby cry with tears. I was so moved. Like, wow, my little one is really growing up. It's a natural milestone, marking their step into the real crying phase of life. Is it normal for a newborn to cry with tears? Listen up, parents. If your newborn cries with tears right after birth, that's super rare. Their tear ducts need time to develop, so it almost never happens. But if your baby is at least 2 weeks old and starts shedding tears when they cry, then hooray, they've hit that new stage. Sometimes, though, tears showing up early could hint at little issues. For example, a blocked tear duct is pretty common. If your baby's eyes keep watering even when they're not crying, it might be because the tear duct is clogged, causing tears to back up and spill over. It sounds worrying, but honestly, it's usually harmless and clears up by the time they're about a year old. But if their eyes are swollen, red, or have pus, don't brush it off. It could be dacryocystitis, a kind of infection that needs a doctor's attention. Or maybe it's a cold or pink eye from a virus, making their eyes watery with redness and discharge. I freaked out once when my baby's eyes turned red. But thankfully, the doctor said it was manageable with proper care. If your little one shows these signs, take them to the doctor to ease your mind. What if your baby only cries with tears on one side? One time, I noticed my baby crying with tears in just one eye, while the other stayed dry. Turns out, this is often a sign of a blocked tear duct or pink eye. If it's just a blockage, it's no big deal. The eye waters without redness or discharge. But if there's redness and gunk, it might be pink eye. Colds or viruses, on the other hand, usually make both eyes teary. Seeing my baby cry unevenly like that was both funny and concerning. But knowing the cause made me feel so much better. Why does your baby cry without tears? Hey parents, if your baby is a few months old and still crying without tears, don't panic just yet. It might just be a normal delay in their tear duct development. Still, I'd suggest checking with a doctor to be safe. But if they used to cry with tears and now don't, my biggest worry would be dehydration. When they're vomiting, having diarrhea, or not feeding well, their body loses water, and their eyes dry up. I got so scared once when my baby cried with dry eyes. But thankfully, getting them enough milk fixed it. Keep an eye out if they're feeding less or showing signs of dehydration. Make sure they're getting plenty of breast milk or formula every day. Are serious eye problems something to worry about? I know some of you might have read that a lack of tears could signal big issues like cataracts, lazy eye, glaucoma, or retinoblastoma, right? But here's the good news. The expert says there's no evidence linking dry eyes to these conditions. In fact, glaucoma might even cause extra tears. These conditions have their own symptoms that a pediatrician will spot during checkups. So I think we can relax and just keep up with regular visits. Oh, and there's a rare genetic disorder called familial dysautonomia that can cause a lack of tears. But it's not common and comes with other signs too. When should you talk to a doctor? Parents, if your baby is under a month old and crying without tears, take a deep breath. It's completely normal. But if they're older and something feels off, like red, swollen, or pus-filled eyes, or they're crying without tears for too long, don't wait. Take them to the doctor right away. I've always believed that as parents, we need to trust our instincts. If something doesn't feel right, getting it checked means peace of mind for us and health for our little ones. Dear parents, your baby's tear journey isn't just about biology, it's how they tell us they're growing every day. I hope these insights help you understand and love your baby even more, walking alongside them with all your heart. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. I'd love to chat with you.